for those of you who are in the market for a Chanel handbag and, like the rest of us, think the prices are just ridiculous. I have 10 strategies for you today that are going to help you. They're juicy, they are brilliant to show you and help you in how you can afford a Chanel bag. So stick around, it's going to be a good one. Hi lovelies and welcome back. Yes, as you saw in the thumbnail today, I'm helping you to buy that Chanel bag that you've always wanted. You're trying to score it, but those bloody prices keep going up and we're tearing our hair out. But I have 10 strategies to help you today in how I afforded some of my bags, and you will definitely be able to put these strategies into use into getting your beauty. Now, before we start off, I want to give a shout out. Of course, my shout out of the week today is to Devon Christopher. Hi Devon, how are you? And I just wanted to give you a big mwah, mwah, because I feel you might need it. I hope you're well, hon. And then the fragrance of the day is none other than Side Effect, because you know what? It's October. Who can believe it's October? I can't believe it. So I'm getting into my warmer. It's quite cold out today here in Dublin in Ireland. It's, you know, one of those drizzly grey days. So I said, right, I want something cozy while I'm talking to you guys, and I also wanted to feel spicy and warm and cozy, and that's what this fragrance gives me, those kind of vibes. The bottle in this Initio perfume is just to die for. The notes in it are vanilla, rum, tobacco. It's warm, spicy, sweet, cinnamon. It's woody because it's got sandalwood in there. It's got saffron, cinnamon, tobacco, as I said, and it's also a little powdery, and it is like a warm, spicy, cinnamon, Halloween-y hug. It is beautiful. Now, I have just sprayed that on, and I've just realized I have my beautiful Missoma jewelry on, and also my lovely necklace that I have from Isabel Style, and I will link those down below for any of you interested. Now let's get to the juicy stuff. I'm going to run through this really quickly for you today. The number one, and you have to be strategic, I have to say this to you, you have to be strategic when you're thinking about a Chanel handbag. None of us out there are, you know, running around and money's falling out of our pockets, we're dripping in money, and it's hard for everybody. And I certainly had to work hard to get my bags, and of course I was one of those people who thought I would never have one, and now I have a good few, and I'm very, very lucky and very grateful that I have. So I really wanted to share this with you today. But as I said, that you have to be strategic, and these 10 points are going to help you. Now, my number one point, and you will know this from my previous videos, is sell what you're not using already in your collection. Sell clothes, sell shoes, sell bags, sell whatever you have. Sell your furniture, sell your husband, sell whatever you have to sell. Don't sell your husband. I just think if you have bags that you're not using, they're just sitting there, it is the best way to free up some of that cash that you're gonna need for your Chanel handbag. The good thing about the Chanel bag is it's all relative. If it's expensive today, as they say, it's going to be cheap tomorrow, in that the prices keep going up. So if you buy it now and it's €7,000 or $10,000, it's going to be $15,000 in a few years, or €12,000. So it's all relative. The earlier you can start on your journey and in your collection, the better, because at least the bag will hold its value, and then you can move from there. So that is my number one tip, to sell what you already have. Like, I've sold, my collection this time last year I think was 37 handbags, and now it's 25. Woohoo! So I'm quite proud of that, I have to say, and I'm loving my pieces that I have at the moment. So that is one tip, just get rid of what you're not using, get rid of the baggage, pardon the pun, and free up that cash. There's so many different ways to sell your products now, or sell your items, whether it be Depop, whether it be eBay, whether it be, it's a pain in the bum having to do it all, but that's what you got to do. It depends on how hard you want it, ladies and gents. Nobody said it was going to be easy. Nobody said that. So that is my number one tip. Number two, I would say to you, is to prioritize. Be very selective in what you're buying and how your money is going out. You know, how it's coming in, how it's going out. You have to prioritize. You have to be selective. You have to think about your lifestyle. You have to think about, is this bag, am I going to get the cost per wear down on it? Am I going to be able to use it every day? The same with clothes. If you're looking at a cashmere sweater and you could get away with paying less and buying the wool sweater, maybe you should do that. If you want the expensive bag, maybe you have to sacrifice in other areas of your life, whether it be, do I want to go for that dinner? No, I'll hold off now this month. I won't go for dinner for a month or 2 months or 3 months, or go to an expensive restaurant, or, you know, all those other luxuries that you may take for granted and you may do all the time. Maybe you'll take a selected period of time, whether it be a month, 2 months, 3 months, and go, okay, I'm prioritizing the Chanel handbag this time. I'm just having a serious focus on the bag, and I'm not going to buy the expensive shoes. I'm not going to buy the expensive jumpers. I'm not going to buy the expensive coats. It's all about the bag, and all the funds are funneled into the bag. And you will be just delighted, because we all have 10, 15, however many coats and jackets and tops and skirts. We really, really, really don't need that many now, do we? So I just think to prioritize, it's like needs versus wants. Do I need it or do I just want it? Okay, most of the time, particularly with the Chanel handbag, let's be very honest here, we want it and we don't need it. That's fine. But then the other areas of your life where you might want the new fashion item and the new this and the new that, and that's another tip as well, to kind of stay off the social media sites that are, lock out of some of the Instagrams that you're looking at the moment, just even for a period of 3 to 4 weeks, so you're not being bombarded with advertisements showing you all the beautiful new stuff that's coming in, and just keep your focus on the bag. Be practical in what you're selecting and be practical in what you're buying, clothes-wise and shoes-wise, so that you have your funds for your Chanel bag. Number 3 is don't get distracted. That's easier said than done now, isn't it? But like I said, the tips that I would give you there are, log out of the Instagram accounts that are completely bombarding you with all the advertising. Find a system that works for you, whether it be I get paid on the 30th of every month, and so I can spend for a week after I get paid, and for those other 3 weeks I cannot buy anything. I can't look at social media, I can't look at TV, anything, until that 3 weeks is up. Then I get paid again and I can spend for a week, and that's it. Another thing, the distraction and the focus is you're lying there scrolling at night time. We all do it. I've done it. I'm for sure guilty. And you're there at night time, you're scrolling through everything. You put this in the basket and that in the basket and the other in the basket. Maybe you're having a glass of wine, maybe you're feeling emotional, maybe there's lots of different reasons why we do it. Put the item in the basket, put them all in the basket, every single thing in the basket, but leave them in the basket, and do not look at them for 24 to 48 hours. And if you still want that item 24 to 48 hours after that, well, go for it. But I would say try and not to emotionally shop, and stay away from all the distractions that are coming at us all the time. Stick a picture of the bag that you want up on your fridge, stick it in your bedroom, stick it wherever you want, to remind you constantly why you are sacrificing A to get B. So, and it's that earned gratification as well, delayed gratification, that you are just going to be so happy once you achieve that goal. It's an amazing, amazing feeling, because it really gives you the incentive to boost you on to another goal or another item you want, or another something else you want to achieve. That brings me to my next point of budgeting. We all got a budget. We hate that word. We all want to spend willy-nilly and not thinking about where the money is going out and where it's coming in. We just want to have loads of it. We want to go out and pick it off the tree. But no, we have to budget. And when you think, like my dad used to always say things like, look after the pennies and the pounds will look after themselves. And that is so true. And the very same thing with the odd coffee, the odd magazine, the odd top for a tenner. They all add up at the end of the month. If you keep a money diary, then you will see exactly what's going out and exactly what's coming in. Number 5, pay yourself first. What I mean by this, I read a great book a few years ago called Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Really, really good. I'd recommend it to anybody out there actually. And pay yourself first basically means when your wages come in, usually what people do is they pay their bills and they go here and they go there and their money is dribbling away. They have no idea where it's going. And so then at the end, whatever's left, they go, oh, I'll save that. No. What you need to do is save for yourself first. If you have 4 different bank accounts, 4 different bank accounts, one is your savings account, another one is, be very, very specific on this. It could be Chanel handbag, let's call it that. And your third one could be holiday to Europe, trip to Paris, Hermes handbag. Be specific, because psychologically that's the way your brain works. And have all your bank accounts separate, and every month when you get your wages, automate and go, that much goes here, that much goes there. Okay, some months we can't do that realistically, maybe around Christmas and things like that. But when you can afford it, if it's 5%, if it's 10%, if it's €100, if it's €50, whatever it is that you can afford, that it's taken immediately, direct debited from your wages or from whatever money you have into your other accounts. So you don't know it's there, you don't see it, you don't touch it, you don't feel it. And most importantly, you don't spend it. So it is an amazing, amazing way. I've done it now for years, and it really is like I'd have a Christmas fund or a holiday fund or a handbag fund, and it works, ladies and gents. It really, really works. Now, another one is subscriptions. We all have those subscriptions, whether it be Sky, whether it be Netflix, whether it be Apple, whatever it is. And some of them we don't use. I know for my Netflix one, actually, I don't use that very much at all. So I go through phases, which you could do as well. You could have it for a month, watch everything, and then get rid of it again, then reinstall it again. It's a really good tip. Another one is, you know, the subscriptions, the email marketing subscriptions that are coming into your email box. Turn them off. They're all just trying to sell you something. And even again, if it's only for a period of time, if it's for 2 months, switch it off and you can go back to your normal life of them all flooding into your inbox when you've got your little dream bag into your hands. This one is great and it is tough, but I just think if you really, really want something, you've got to show your earning potential. Maybe go and get that second job. Now, for a lot of YouTubers, that is their second job. Some people, it's their main job, and that's perfect. But if it's just your second job, your hobby, which turns into earning potential, that's even better. And it's like your play money. And I know a lot of YouTubers use their money that they earn from YouTube as play money. Sometimes, with some people, it's full-time. I know Cassie Thorpe has gone full-time, and it depends. But whether it be YouTube, whether it be in a coffee shop, wherever it is, that second job is just going to give you money, extra money to play with, and be a little bit more free with. What you do with it is your choice, and that is the beauty of it. So I would definitely recommend, if that is something that you like. I'm not preaching to you here, I'm just giving you little hints and tips, what I would suggest. The next point is pre-loved. Ladies and gents, do not be afraid to buy pre-loved. It's a great way to get your hands on a beautiful, beautiful handbag, a beautiful Chanel handbag. As you know, I have done that before, and just for a little bit of eye candy, I have done it with this beauty. Now, she's vintage, and I specifically wanted the vintage 24 karat gold plated hardware on this beauty, so that's why I went for her. But she's a beauty, and she's from like the 80s, so you can really, really get a good piece. This bag in the small size classic flap set me back €2,000. Now, as we know, to buy this bag new, which you wouldn't get the 24 karat gold hardware on it, but to buy it new in the small classic flap now, I think it's in and around the $5,000, isn't it? So, you know, you can really, really save a lot, and it's fun. The chase is fun, the search is fun, it really, really is. And I would recommend anybody to have a look on the secondhand market, and obviously do your research so it's authentic, and always authenticate your bags when you do actually receive them. But an amazing wear, Vestiaire Collective are amazing. I will actually, do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to try and find for you a couple from Vestiaire, and for my American audience, I'm going to try and find some on FASHIONPHILE, and I'll link them down below for you to have a look at. How about that? I'll even go and find them for you. So I will do that and try and find a few beauties, and hopefully they'll still be there by the time this video comes out. It's only a few days. So that's that beauty. I would definitely, definitely recommend Vestiaire and FASHIONPHILE. I have bought from both, and they are incredible. They authenticate and all the rest of it. I have bought a lot on pre-loved sites, and I can't recommend them enough. As I say, sometimes you can get the things brand new. Another one, and this is really, really good, and I've done this before as well, is you can buy from a private seller. Now, you're going to say to me, listen, Viv, don't be so ridiculous. Private sellers, they charge premium prices. And yes, they do. Yes, they do. Now, the reason in particular I did with the Caramel 21p Chanel 19, as we all know, she was absolutely nowhere to be found. She was in such high demand, you couldn't get this beauty anywhere, so I went through a private seller. But the beauty of that as well, and then I happened to buy 2 bags at the same time, didn't I? Because what happened was I bought the black, and then I saw this, and then I went, oh my God. So I didn't have the funds for both, to be very honest with you. So for this beauty, because I paid for the other one, so for this beauty, it just was perfect that I could pay her in installments. And that is something that could work for you. Pay in installments. You can pay over 8 weeks or 12 weeks with some resellers, or not resellers, private sellers. And also, I know FASHIONPHILE puts items on reserve also, that they give you, I think it's 8 weeks as well, to pay off your item. And so it's not gone. You're not there going, oh no, I have to buy it now, and putting yourself in debt. Don't ever do that, ever, 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 because then you won't be able to enjoy what, you know, what you've bought, your item, your handbag, whatever it may be. But that it is an amazing way to get from the private sellers or on reserve. on the consignment stores is just a way of saving up for it, but your item isn't gone. And that's what, you know, all the price increases, we're all like, oh, I want to buy it now just in case it's gone and I can't get it and all the rest of it. So another great way. Number 10 way of saving for your bag and being clever and being strategic is use websites when you're shopping. Use websites like Karma, use Rakuten, use cashback websites, or where you're getting great discounts. And I mean, if you get an item, there's nothing worse than if you buy something, a designer piece, and next minute you see there's 20% off. Like, I just want to get sick when that happens to me. So if you look out and if you join up on these websites like Karma, like Rakuten, and no, I have. I was looking for the Valentino rock studs at one point, and I actually didn't buy them in the end, but Karma came back and they were like, oh, we have them now and blah, blah, blah. But by that time, for me, the novelty had worn off. That's the point I was making earlier about putting it in your basket, not getting emotional, and that serotonin level driving you mad to press buttons. Just calm down. Think of the bigger prize and you'll get there. I'm telling you, you'll get there, because I certainly didn't think I was going to have the amount of Chanel bags that I have. So if I can do it, you can do it. And I hope that has helped you. I really, really do. I'd love to hear your stories down below. And thank you so much to everyone who keeps subscribing, keeps supporting my channel. I love you all so much. We're having great chats down below and I want to continue doing that. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell. And until next time, be kind, be safe, be compassionate. Love you lots.